Good morning, good morning. Back to Stitchmore, our place. We're almost done with our partial page here. See if we can get that knocked out today. And I did order a new optical drive, but it's supposed to arrive sometime today, so that's not terribly helpful. So we'll have that for next week. We'll get a little more variety in the music again. I've got a playlist set up of stuff I picked last night, so we'll see. All right. Just trying to orient where I am here here in the pattern to see where I want to start. Okay. So we want we need 907 parrot green light. Meow. We're going to be doing a nice simple couple lines to warm up here of just inside this border here. We 2 lines of color. And then we'll be doing the emote proper. Well, at least the top part that we get, like this one. This song is such a banger. Alright, I trim my end of my thread here so I can actually get it onto my needle here. Ice 5, ice 5, ice 5, ice 5. There we go. Nope, missed. Now we got it. I'll take slow start, but not catastrophic start. We can deal with that. No immediate tech issues from Windows updates to start our day today. Like last week. Instead, I just have cords in my way. Hang on. Here we go. Had to tuck my camera cord around the arm it's on. Last thing I need is to catch it and accidentally pull my camera down. That wouldn't be ideal. Sounds like something I would do, though. I mean, not on purpose. But, yeah. How was your weekend? Get any more Persona 5 in? Or take it easy and hang out? Gotcha. That makes sense. We went to Milwaukee this weekend with some friends for just an overnight trip. It was fun. There was a lot of people. When we got back home, the well, also the hotel room bed, the mattress was a little weird, and I just from all the walking and sleeping on a mattress that wasn't perfectly comfortable, I was just kind of sore. Also, I fell asleep in the car on the way back. Um, so I've just been kind of sore today and yesterday. Stretching, don't mind me. Oh, nothing too bad. We got home and I basically buried myself in Dome Keeper for a couple hours to just decompress from too many people. It was fun, but just that's a lot. We basically just sort of had a list of places we wanted to go visit, like different public markets and a few specific shops we wanted to hit up. Did an escape room, and most of it was walking distance within the hotel or from the hotel, so it was just nice to hang out with some friends. Played some board games in one of the hotel bars on Saturday night. We played. We were all very tired, so we kept it pretty simple. We played Take Five for a bit, and then played Game of Things, which our friends recently picked up from either a thrift store or somewhere for a few bucks. That one's fun. Which hilariously was just sort of business as usual, because Saturday night is our normal get together and board game with that group. It was just fancy hotel bar instead of our friend's house. We went to a lot of bakeries and chocolatiers, hit up a cidery. Yeah, there's a lot of chocolate in the cupboard right now. Right after naming the group in P5. What'd you name the group? Or did you just leave it the Phantom Thieves? Because that's a really good name. It is a good name, but also, oh, dramatic pause. Ace of Spades had to further go with card stuff. Yep, yep. Oh yeah, I was gonna turn down the frequency on those messages a touch. I'll remember eventually. Can't properly write it with a keyboard. Oh, did there's symbols you can use, isn't there, in the keyboard on screen for that? Golden star, full deck, empty star, quarter note. Perfect. Mm. Yeah, it's a little surprising. Especially given that eventually, this isn't really a spoiler, it's just a mini game in Royal. You get to a point where you can just play president with different team members for as much as you want. It's a full-on implementation of the card game president. I don't think it serves any purpose other than that it exists. Just some extra, like, dialogue and... Oh, you get that right after you pick the name? Okay, I wasn't sure when you get that. So, you'd think there'd be more card suits. Run around that area for a bit. That's a neat area. That was added in Royal. I like how they kind of just put the special features into the game itself. Because it works thematically for the game and how they set up that universe. Oh yeah, that's right. There's the tiles so you can run around as the different characters. And it's neat because you can get a little bit of extra, well, dialogue, really. It's not even really lore, but the characters will comment on the different things as you unlock them and go up and look at them. Neat little sort of interactive museum of what you've done so far in the game. Hee hee. Ooh, it's blue. Get out of there. Blair. Hang on, I have a cat going into a kitchen cabinet. I heard a thunk behind me. Blair. Get out of there. Hey. Out. Out. Yeah, I know you're in there. Come on. Come on. Blair. Out. Dang cat can open cupboard doors. Yet you sit and pout. Fine. Dork. Joys of living with cats. I'm gonna keep looking over my shoulder and make sure he's not going back in there. He managed to fit himself entirely in, so when I opened the door, I just heard slight clattering and loud purring. Oh yeah, you do unlock more coins for the card game. You can also get coins just from doing the, basically in-game achievement list. If memory serves. On my save file, I think I did all but a couple things, and most of them were related to playing President, because I just didn't get into it that hard. It was President related, and then I think like one or two optional super tough fights that I didn't clear. Not for lack of trying. I did some of them. Oh yeah, for sure. You get a decent amount just from stuff that you do as you play through the story normally. Oh, good. I'm glad you'll be able to renew it. Hopefully. I have it on PlayStation 4, so I can't lend you my copy. Oh, for sure. And then just next time you're able to get it, you'll be able to continue on where you left off. Hooray for games saving on console memory. And not on cartridge. So handy. Alright, finished our light green inside border line there. get that anchored and grab the next one, which is also just going to be an outline, so it'll be nice and simple. She said hopefully. Just cleaning up some loose bits that poked through while I was stitching. Where was that other one? I'll find it again. I can use my needle to mark it. How convenient. Using the tools at my disposal. Who'd have thought? Here we go, that should do it. Hey, buddy. Alright, let's see what color we need next. 913. Lava, sticking like peanut butter. Lava, the ultimate stone cutter. Alright, let's take a look at my pattern, make sure it goes all the way with nothing breaking the border. Nope, perfect, let's go. Because we had that on the other one where the ear went across. This album's grown on me a lot. I was sort of medium on it when it first came out. To be fair, this was one of the 3 albums that came out that month, so sort of had to juggle them to get reps in and let them sit for a bit. This is just an album of long jams, but they're good long jams. It's like tough. Serpent is stuff, the serpent is life, the serpent is life, serpent is stuff, serpent is stuff, serpent is life, serpent is life. We shouldn't have too hard of a time finishing off this bit this morning. It's a lot of solid color. Then after this, we'll just have our 2 partial pages with a little strip down the side. Oop. This piece of floss is a bit shorter than the last color, so I think we're going to need... Well, we'll see. If I can get there in 2, that'd be great, because that was the last 2 strands of this piece I had cut. That'd be convenient. Yeah, I think we will. Won't have to cut another piece just for the whatever is going to be left. Oops. Excuse me. Oh yeah, not even going to be close. We'll be fine. Love it. Oh yeah, it is Pokemon Day, because it's their, what, 27th anniversary? I briefly considered doing a Pokemon Sprite Stitch today, but... I really want to get through this piece. Like I said, since we're only working on it once a week or so, I don't want to... I'll be happy if I'm not the last one finishing their square. Oh, there's a Pokemon Direct. That makes sense. I'm guessing special raids for the Switch games and Go. And probably spoilers for the new TCG set. Trying to think what they would have for that sort of thing, and that all tracks. Probably exclusive Pokemon Center stuff. Nintendo's fairly predictable sometimes, which is not a bad thing, because they've got a pretty good track record. Card game stuff in the way of tournament and a Pokemon Classic thing? I don't know. I know they were putting the classic games. I think they were putting the classic games on Nintendo Switch Online. If they hadn't announced that at the last Nintendo Direct, they probably did now. So they did the Pokemon trading card game, the Game Boy one, on that. I don't see why they wouldn't put Red, Blue, Yellow on the Nintendo Switch Online. New Netflix series. Oh yeah, Pokemon Unite exists. I was just trying to think of all their current IPs that they would potentially have announcements for. And then whatever mobile games still have support. Like Cafe, I think, still gets updates. I don't know if Masters still gets updates. Oh, yeah, that would be a bad game to have a Joy-Con drift in. Probably some announcements about Pokemon Live. I still have to migrate my trading card game online account to Live. I just keep forgetting. New DLC for Scarlet Violet. Have they cleaned up most of the technical issues with that one yet? I haven't heard much about it either way. I'm so out of touch with the mainline Pokemon games. I haven't played one of the mainline ones since Moon. I didn't get very far in that one. Definitely had more interest in the side series stuff. Like Snap and Legends. And Magikarp Jump. What a goofy little mobile game that was. Yeah, Magikarp Jump just came out of nowhere and was fantastic. Joey Carpler. The one game where evolving it into Gyarados is a bad thing. The first time you get Pidgeotted, though. I mean, fair. I wasn't saying it wasn't appropriate. All right. Got our second borderline there. Yeah. PLA. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they had extra stuff for that one at this point. It's kind of hit the for how their game cycle goes, sort of its natural content endpoint. Especially since they have a mainline game out now. I know, but that's how it goes. Let's get the white out of the way and get this in this corner here. As usual, kind of get working in from the sides and corners. I mean, Legends Arceus always kind of felt like a experimental release. And I enjoyed it, but I'm not surprised it didn't get as much support. I mean, I've already swapped what the playlist is for today, but now I have another one I want to listen to after this one instead, so one sec here. I'll just pop that right in. There we go. All right, let's get the there we go. All right, so we need to go up 4 stitches. Apologies for temporary invisible stitching, because I'm stitching white. Oh, the cafe game was always super cute. That's one I played when it first came out, and it felt too, excuse me, um, too microtransaction-y and random after a bit. From what I've heard, they got better on that. Masters I also tried, but it was just straight a gacha game. Like I said, apparently Cafe got better on that end. Like, they're more puzzly and less mash and use microtransactions. Yeah, I've got a friend who's been playing it and been enjoying it a lot. It's just a cute little de-stressor, time waster. And they don't do microtransactions and anything and haven't really had any complaints about it, so. Probably worth another look. Gotcha. I couldn't tell you what any of the voices are for any mobile games. I never play with any volume on mobile. Because I'm usually watching something while doing that. Or somewhere where I don't want volume. Because there's people around me. Like if I'm waiting for an appointment or something. Here. Heck, that's kind of the case with a lot of PC games too, since I'm usually have a stream or VOD or video on the second monitor. Gotcha. That makes sense. Not a good accent, huh? Accent bad, not allowed. This is why I try not to do accents on anything ever. When I'm reading out VO stuff for streaming. To be fair, I barely do different voices either, so, you know, there's that. If I do, they're not consistent. Y'all know what you're getting into, it's fine. If anyone wants to hire me for it, I'll try a lot harder. Until then, you get what you get. Fair. Because Masters was an okay concept, but it was really just an excuse for a gotcha machine for trainers. Come on. There we go. Huh. Nah, then you just look up clips of other people playing it to see how they did you, boy. Alright, we're pretty much at the end of this piece of thread, so let's anchor it and grab another one. Keep doing more invisible white. Oh, you can kind of see it there? Yeah. Progress, TM. Oh, that does sound cute. It's kind of tough, though, because any of the Pokemon stuff that focuses on trainers just becomes waifu and husbando fan service simulator. You get Marnie and N and whoever else everyone's favorites are. Skyla, Bianca. I'm trying to think who the Train Twins. I'm trying to think who gets the most like full art trainer cards randomly and tend to be expensive because that's usually the how I identify the waifus. Same thing for Weiss Schwartz cards. I can tell who the popular waifus are by whose cards are expensive for when we price out the box toppers. I mean, or it could be a competitive card for play, but usually it's waifu. Alright, let's start off our another one here. Let's try and watch my preview here and stay in shot. And hopefully focused. The original VA wasn't too bad in the anime. The characters that were annoying were supposed to be. I heard the master voice is like, I changed my mind, American accents is acceptable. They did not do too bad for the anime casting. Gotta love those onigiri jelly donuts, though. Or Phoenix Wright, where it all got turned to hamburgers instead of ramen. And localization. I think there's a joke about that in the manga that got released with some additional little side stories and vignettes. That had a couple volumes. I think there was an Edgeworth volume too, as well. I have them on the bookcase behind me. Oh, yeah. That'd be tricky, though. It is also a fictional universe, so you can get away with that. Fair. Counting how far I go on this color here. I promise we'll be back to the visible spectrum soon on thread. We're almost done with white. Oh, right. Pokemon Sleep. That's a weird one. Did that actually come out, or is it still upcoming? I hadn't heard anything about that one in a few months, so I think it's still upcoming. Oh, still watching the thing? Fair, fair. Alright, we've got one stitch that's a little apart. Rest your very best. Wow. Just wow. Someone tried either way too hard or not hard enough. I can't decide. Whatever amount they tried, it wasn't exactly the right amount. Look how quick it goes when it's just solid color. Ridiculous how that works. We know we've kept you all waiting, but at last we can bring you We can bring Pokemon Sleep to you later this year. Okay. I don't think anyone was holding their breath for that one, but go off, Pokemon. Alright, what color do I want to do next? Decide how I want to approach this. Black's gonna have some hopping around, so maybe I do that now so I can do some minor hops and know that I'm gonna be covering it with some other stitches to kind of anchor it. So I don't have to do a bunch of isolated stitches. That seems reasonable. Yeah, let's get the black out of the way then. This is the end of the album. King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard, Ice, Death, Planets, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava? Did I get that right? Hang on. I had to check. I don't actually know. Ice, Death... Ah! Switch to the next one. This is LW. That one's much easier to remember. Hang on. I'm gonna find out. Ice, Death, Planets, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava. Woo! I got it right! We take those minor victories. Yeah, Lava was one of the tracks we had. So that was a 7-track album exploring the Greek modes of music, the different scales. And the Ice, Death, Planets, whatever, is their mnemonic for remembering the modes, because it starts with the same letters as the modes do. And they use that as the basis for lyrics for the tracks as well. It's all very nerdy music theory. That's just microtonal shenanigans. This song, If Not Now Then When, won an environmental award for its message. And then they took the cash prize for it and turned around and immediately donated all of it to an Australian environmental charity. I mean, with them having their own music label to publish their many, many releases, they've got to be doing pretty good. Like, well enough that they can do this full-time, I imagine. The constant touring probably helps, too. I think I'm still gonna have to do some pretty big leaps if I want to do hops. Let's start here and see where it takes us. There's an emergency, need to act. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. Okay, so that stitch is easy. Next one is 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Nope, one more over. Here. Yes, here. Okay. That's not too bad of a hop, knowing that I'm going to be going over that area and filling it in, so I'll be doing stitches over that so it won't be exposed. Like, it's not going to show up or anything, but just the, for secure. Sorry, I'm a little congested today with sinuses with the, constant weather and temperature changes. Turns out when you have sinus problems, those things cause your sinuses to be very unhappy. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially if you get like joint issues from weather too. I do a little bit. It's gotten worse lately, but I mean, I'm getting older, so that's probably just that. Shakes fist weather. I mean, we know the risks. We live where there's extreme weather shifts. Pretty much exactly how you said it. Yeah. I complain about them, but I'd be sad if I didn't have seasons. Live here so you can afford to live and where your safety net is. That's extremely valid. Honestly, this area is not too bad. I wouldn't mind ending up a little bit further north and a little woodsier. I'm going insane. Am I able to wake from the nightmare? Can I keep it contained? One night everywhere down the morning. Sleep is apparently coming out in summer. Oh, there's a professor for it. Or a new professor for it. That's funny. Do they have a Mareep? Because missed opportunity if not. I mean, Snorlax is obvious, but Mareep would be top tier. Or Wooloo, I suppose. Funky sleep styles to discover. Okay. This feels like a design doc that needed a few edits. Decided they're definitely trying too hard. Snorlax is the mascot. I mean, I guess, but Mareep. That's weird. I can't imagine the sleep detection being great, because even like the wearables that track it are iffy on detection. The number of times my Fitbit thinks I'm taking a nap when really I'm just laying down and watching TV. Just put it by your pillow. Okay. So it's just tracking the time and that's it. And maybe noise. And then just making it up as it goes. I mean, it's a way to track how long your or bedtime and wake time, if nothing else. Search the new world, leading the final test. It takes your breath, takes the nights away. Underneath the window, one more piece of Jenga to pull. The necromancer will beckon us all. Eager to assimilate, and to choose you to walk on the plural. Pokemon Go Plus Plus? Dare I ask? Is it another accessory thing? Because wasn't the Plus the basically wearable thing that would auto catch stuff and okay. Piece of Jenga to pull. The necromancer will make of us all. This one was more the size of palm of your hand. That's not small and convenient wearable. That was the strength of the other one. It was like a Fitbit size thing. And had a clip if you didn't want to wear it in a band. I mean, that's true. That's a fair point for that. And I choose you to walk on the plura. My life. I exercise my right to die. The song gets stuck in my head so hard. Ah, I can use it with go and sleep. Interesting. At least it's multi-purpose. Oh, that's kind of nice. Like a sleep timers thing. Isn't sleep supposed to have some sort of integration with home or something? Hopefully not middle of the night while you're sleeping. Yep. It's not a line through your teeth. Yeah. Supreme ascendancy, tomfoolery. You're not above the law, no matter your beliefs. Supreme ascendancy, tomfoolery. You're not above the law, no matter your beliefs. Ah, yes, amazing. Apparently your Pokemon Go Plus has a Pikachu in it. Of course it does. Wouldn't it make more sense to be a Rotom? You were saying that... ah. Yeah, I always say we think too much alike. There's a reason for that. You already have an electric ghost that can haunt electronics. I mean, come on. Or at least like a Joltic because it's tiny and you wouldn't feel bad about it being in the thing as badly. Huh. Well, now we think that we have a Pikachu trapped forever in it. I don't think that's better. Oh, right. We have, it looks like, 4 more colors for this section. Where do we want to start? Let's do the kind of around the edges here, keep working our way in. So for that, we need 413 Peter Gray Dark. It's in here somewhere. Ha! It sings you lullabies and grows friendlier the more you sleep together. That's phrasing? Oh, huh. Oh, that's just me being a degenerate anyway. Your phrasing is fine. Don't ever think my degeneracy is ever your fault. More sleep you get together is the actual phrasing. Well, I'm glad at least their actual phrasing is a little harder to warp by degens like myself. Still don't think I want a Pikachu trapped in an electronic device to sing me lullabies. That seems weird. Can unlock new alarm sounds. Isn't that basically an episode of Black Mirror? It is. The one with the household control. You would enjoy select episodes of Black Mirror. They're not all horrible dystopian nightmare tech future world. Some of them are quite touching, and some of them aren't very good. The whole series is a little hit or miss. The ones that are good are quite good. I've seen it a couple times through, so I'm at the point where there are definitely episodes I'll just skip when I'm watching it. Because they're pretty much just single episodes. Some of them will have, like, nods to other episodes and be sort of continuations of some of the tech, but they're ostensibly all standalone. Apparently you can now choose what type of ball you throw at mons somehow. Interesting. Oh, yeah, because the plus was only Pokeballs. It's probably just a setting for it. Probably in the app that connects it. That makes sense. That feels like a quality of life thing that people would have been looking for. About once a year or so, I get back into Go very briefly and then stop again. Mm-hmm. All right, let's anchor this, and then we'll grab another piece and put some of this color on the other side here. Oh, sorry. I keep managing to tilt it just so that the edge of the stand is obscuring. Apologies, I've been trying to get more aware of that and not do that. Apparently that's just the natural angle I go to when I'm doing this. Aw, that's cute. So that's probably what most people will do is download Sleep, play long enough to get the Snorlax for Go, and then probably stop. We're gonna see very high engagement and then immediate drop-off numbers on that app. Oh, the physical thing. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That has a pretty built-in audience anyway. Like the Pokeball accessory from Let's Go that had a Mew with it or something. It had a pretty built-in audience anyway that was gonna pick it up. I still want to kind of want to pick up a Let's Go and stream it because I think that'd be quick and goofy and a fun trip down memory lane on classic Pokemon. I think that'd be a fun low stress stream one. It's one of those as you've seen. I've been like vaguely keeping an eye out for it, and I'll get my hands on it eventually. Either on sale or pick it up used. Kind of like how I've had Subnautica on my wish list for a number of years, and then it got to the point where it's like this is on sale now, and I want to stream it at this moment, so we're just gonna pick it up and do it. And I've definitely been enjoying streaming Subnautica. Hopefully y'all have been enjoying it as well. Not getting too frustrated with my immediate forgetting of what I was in the middle of and all that. But that's not unique to that game. That's just a me thing. So if at this point you haven't gotten used to that, I might not be the streamer for you. I am glad that the cat cam box trap has been successful. That's a popular sleeping spot for them now. To the point where they will occasionally fight over it. But it's so easy to swing the camera around from Stitch Cam and just change a couple settings. Basically change the zoom and turn autofocus back on. Call it good. Clear it not focusing super consistently. I mean, same. I definitely have the true ADHD thing where it's easily off track and distracted unless it's whatever I'm hyper-focusing on, in which case it's going to be that, ignoring everything else, which I've gotten better at dealing with over the years, but it's a thing. And I'm aware of it. Kind of works well with streaming. Because I can just play whatever I'm focused on for a chunk of time. And then have a set end time. Kind of structures it a little bit. Oh no, I've weaponized my ADHD. Anorexia. Just doing some quick counting. Perfect. This is the row of 3. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Hope your Monday's doing well. Come on in, hang out while I stitch, listen to music. We're discussing some of the Pokemon Direct stuff because KDM's been watching it and giving me the highlights. I'm doing well. Was out of town for the weekend, hanging out with some friends. That was nice. And yourself? Hope all's well. Chill weekend? Nice. Those are important. I mean, technically it was a chill weekend for us as well, because it was cold. Get it? Get it? Yeah. You got it. Rexia. Hey, I kept it somewhat straight. I pride myself on my ability to straight face deadpan absolute garbage. I've gotten very good at it. I don't think this piece of thread's gonna make us to the end of the section here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and anchor it now and grab a new one so I'm not tempted to try. Gonna make the smart decision for once. Dang it. Sorry. We are getting near almost done. So you can see we've got Neom. 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 So we've got the rest of this bit here, which we're hoping to finish today. And then a couple of partial pages that's just this stripe here. So yeah, we are actually getting pretty far along. Send postcards from Go to Scarlet Violet. Change the pattern of the... Oh, Vivillon? Neat. How can I live but to see me? I'm invisible. I'm very excited to be near the end of this one too. Man, streaming it and having company and having a dedicated time of working on it has kept me on track so hard for this without me hating it, which is so nice. Although I still like the square I chose because it has good variety and a good mix of solid sections that give you quick progress and then some detail stuff that's more interesting. I haven't decided what I'm going to do next. It's going to be a pattern I've done that I've made, but I haven't decided if it's going to be one that I've already charted or if I'm going to chart something new first. Because I've got a few I definitely want to chart. I think it's going to depend on how I am for time and energy and motivation when we get to that point where I'm going to be doing the next one. And we'll see from there. Oh, with the Millie thing. Oh, did you finish that? Because you sent me the in progress one. Nice. Well, when you're sure you're done, send it over and I'll get it charted and we'll definitely stitch that. Sweet. And you're cool if we stitch that one on stream for you? I figure you probably don't mind, but I want to make sure. Oh, okay. Sweet. Maybe that'll be the next one we do then. Because that one will go pretty quick. That might be a one and done stream. I'm going to spend longer picking colors than it's going to actually take to stitch that one. Oh, yeah. Well, I know you want to see this piece in person before it gets sent off, so whenever we make that happen, I will make sure to show you the cross-stitch sample floss book in person as well. So I've showed it off on stream, but it's not quite the same. The book is amazing. I've already used it for, like I said, I updated my old patterns. The colors on them. Having the actual floss samples is amazing. All right, that's the end of this color. We're filling in. Let's grab the silvery gray here. Then the rest should just be filling in the other gray. Dang it. Oh, I'm shocked they don't already have home support for Scarlet Violet. Even just with whatever Pokemon are in the game so far. I mean, I suppose that has an impact on competitive play with whatever can be brought in with natures and whatnot, but I never paid much attention to that, but I know it's a big deal for a lot of people, so I respect that. Fun, extremely dorky fact about this song is every time it gets to the chorus, they add another beat to the time signature. Yep. 168 silver gray. Also, this track is 8.5 minutes, so they get up there on time signature. Lucas did a video about learning it and going through and counting it. All of the band are very wholesome, but he is perhaps the most wholesome. He's always on his personal social media posting like trans rights stuff and support, and he has a couple kids and just seems like a very chill guy. He also took his wife's last name when they got married. Which is only relevant because it messed up the poster design on one of the Chunky Shrapnel posters. Or not on the poster, but in the credits. Because they put them in order of last name, alphabetical by last name initially. And then he got married between that getting like set up and it coming out, so they changed the last name but didn't reset it. So it's everyone's in alphabetical order except for him. Which is just funny. So I scroll up to the rendering of this little bit and just make sure it looks about correct. Yep, excellent. Just because it's hard to visualize just off the charts on what we got here. This is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. They're a frequent feature on Monday Morning Cross Stitch. If you give me a genre of music you like, I can give you a starting point. There's also a flowchart that someone put together, and someone made a website to help guide you through their extremely extensive discography. I believe it's get-into-giz.com. Like Discworld? I mean, yeah. And also, like Discworld kind of vaguely interconnected, whether sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. What a band instead of a book series. Yep. Started as a university project. A group of friends trying to write just simple garage jam tunes that whoever could just jump in and play, and then they sort of stuck around together, and here we are. They switch genres pretty much every album, and they mostly all have side projects. If you enjoy them, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. If you collect vinyl, you're doomed. They also tour nearly constantly, so if they ever come to an area around you, go check them out. They do a unique set list for every show and are just very energetic performers. One of my favorite bands. Pretty much everything they do is rooted in psychedelic rock. But they have this is some microtonal experimentation. They've got a few albums of that. They've done an like 60s pop acoustic album. They've done a classic thrash metal album. They've done some more electronica type stuff. Sort of folksy bluesy. They've done some they did a straight up 70s prog album. Hey buddy. I did an album of metal prog stories. Fascinating? Oh yeah. Oh, I could ramble about them for a while and have. Yeah, like I said, if you give me a favorite band or album or style, I can recommend a starting point. Actually, if we want, instead of we were gonna roll into the Murlocs, which is an adjacent band. Hydrate. I will do so in a sec here. Let's toss on, since we're looking at potentially getting into Giz. I'm gonna toss on Omnium Gatherum. This is a double album that came out last year. That's sort of a odds and ends. They've had a few albums like that. But if there's a song that you hear on these that particularly jumps out at you, I can put you on an album to check out next. Ooh, and stretch. Also, the Red Rocks playlist is a good all the everything. They did it started out as one 3-hour marathon set, and then it got turned into a second day of another 3-hour marathon set with a different set list, and then a third day got added. And they put the whole thing on Bandcamp for 20 bucks Australian. So it's like 15 bucks US. It's like 9 hours of music and 86 tracks. It's a pretty good overall of their discography. If you like jazzy, definitely check out Sketches of Brunswick East. It is a collab with Mild High Club. Very jazzy. But that's where I would point you for sure. Oh, KDM, I keep forgetting to send you the link to that early concert performance. There's a video that got uploaded to YouTube. Yeah, you expressed interest in it before, and then we both forgot about it, which happens. Um, they did a performance, the five of them that were together at the time as the band, for Stu's final for a college class. It was like a performance final, and it was recorded for assessment, and that professor found it and uploaded it and labeled it as one of King Gizzard's earliest performances. It's really entertaining to see the more things change, the more they stay the same in some cases. But I think you'd be entertained by it. They look like babies. All right, I think that's all of this color. So now we just fill in everything else with a slightly darker gray. Let's do it. You're listening to the dripping tap. Yes, that's what this track is. The album I mentioned was Sketches of Brunswick East. This is Omnium Gatherum. It's just sort of a mishmash. But yeah, this is a Dripping Tap, the first track off Omnium Gatherum. And an album where they dip into some very Beastie Boys style hip hop. Very, very dorky. Although one of the tracks, Ambrose, apparently his grandmother was a pretty prolific vocalist, like more traditional vocals. But he gets her to put down some tracks for it. Not like it sounds like Omni Gathering or anything. It's Latin for something, where it's like gathering everything, I want to say. That would track. That would be the most literal way to guess that that's what it is. Hi, welcome to my TED Talk, where I state the obvious. Sorry, I'm just looking at the render. It rendered the 413 much darker, and it just looked a little weird, and I wanted to make sure. This is also like an 18-minute jam, so settle in. Actually, it's like an... I'm sorry, it's like an 11-minute jam. Hang on. No, I'm... Nope, 18. I had it right the first time. The devil, the devil, the devil. The devil, sin with the devil, sin with the devil, sin with the devil. The trip and tip won't be turned off by the They also tend to have strong environmental messages in their song. Like, very frequently. And their Bandcamp also has all a lot of their live performances that's recorded off the board that Stu mixes and then is available for download. They have an album they released just entirely for free that anyone can download the literal like CD and vinyl masters and press their own. That's Polygon Dwanaland, which is my favorite. That's very 70s prog. But that and their live music is under what they call the bootlegger program, where you can basically download it and make pressings of it and go nuts. They only ask that whatever you make, like physical printings of it, you just send them a handful to sell on their online store in payment. But I'm not a vinyl collector, so I just buy the Bandcamp downloads and call it good. DLC for Scarlet Violet are available to buy already, despite not coming out till fall. If you buy it before the end of October, you get a special Hisuian Zoroark. Okay. That's a heck of a pre-order time. Is it like story DLC or just more like raid stuff like they kept doing with Sword and Shield? Like, how annoyed should I be that this DLC exists? I was talking about cats hanging out in the box. Lara is just now settling into the box, but no cat cam, because the camera is being used for stitching. You get to go to a couple new areas, catch a couple new legendaries, and also some old mons. Eh. Still not sure if I'm ever going to pick up either of those, so whatever. It's a school trip. It's for one, it's a school trip. For the other, it's an exchange student program. Well, at least they're trying to frame it in a way that kind of makes sense. Kudos for that, I suppose. Checked out Sketches of Brunswick East. Like I said, it's very jazzy. It's very, very good. I like that album a lot. I also enjoy jazz. The blueberry uniform is blue and I like it. Fair? Also, for the record, we're still on Dripping Tap here. And will be for a while. I don't even think we're halfway through it. Oh no, we're over halfway. It's about the point where Stu said in an interview, I think we're entering our jammy period. Entering? One of the shows I went to before COVID, the last 40 minutes was just an extended jam. It was great. Then watching the direct. Well, thank you for the highlights. I appreciate it. I've mentioned before, I will not be playing the Red Rocks shows on Monday morning cross-stitch. I try to stay family-friendly-ish, and I'll skew that a little bit for music, but they're Australian and excited about the giant marathon shows that have been delayed for 3 years. So there's a lot of swearing, and it's Australian swearing, so we're not gonna stream that one. From the top, don't slip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip on the drip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip. It's very funny, and the show is, or the performance is fantastic. But yeah, that's a bit more than I usually would want to. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip on the drip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip on the drip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip. And as I mentioned up at the top of the show, I have a replacement external optical drive arriving sometime today, so we'll have a little more variety again on music when I get access to my CD collection again for background music. The old one died a few weeks ago. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip. Soon, TM. Y'all are lucky. I almost ran back Viagra Boys again today. I really like that album. I am aware it's not for everyone, or indeed probably for a lot of people, but it's so good. I feel like Giz is a lot more accessible than the Viagra Boys are. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip on the drip. Drip, drip from the top, don't slip. Although I'm probably going to pick up their previous album on CD sooner rather than later, and we might have a listen to that one, because there's a track on there called Sports, and it's basically just some background music and the vocalist starting off just like listing different things associated with sports and the course of sports, and just slowly getting more and more unhinged as it goes. It's very fun. Y'all can't possibly be surprised by my weird musical taste at this point. I don't remember if I ever played Mahavishnu Orchestra for y'all. I should throw that in the pile. Sort of prog rock, fusion jazz. It's very good. All right, we're getting near the end of this piece, so I'm going to go ahead and anchor this and grab another one. Then we'll be finished with the Apollo emotes portion of their square. Guitars intensify. Oh, come on. devil, jumping under the sand at the devil. The devil, sand at the devil, at the devil, sand at the devil, sand at the devil. The trip in town won't be turned off by the friends, with our heads in the sand. Song's about the oil industry, by the way, in case you're wondering. Like I said, very environmental. The trip in town won't be turned off by the sound of relevance. I'll tell without their needs. Hey, we're on to track 2. So if you like Dripping Tap, Ice, Death, Lungs, Planets, Lavas, Mushrooms, and whatever I messed up that title, Ice, Death, Planets is a good one to look at. This one's Magenta Mountain. If you like this, Butterfly 3000 is a good place to go. It's there, Magenta Mountain. Like as I dream, living on the sea, I swim in the dead, Magenta Mountain. Which one? I ramble a lot. I need anchor for question. It's the first track, like I said, Ice, Death, Planets, Mushrooms, Lava, and Lungs? It might be the title. Is a good one for jamming. They basically do a track for jamming in each of the Greek modes. For this track, if you like this one, Butterfly 3000 is a good place to go. Very electronica. I will warn you, when I say they have an extensive discography and are prolific, that is a serious warning. They have 26 studio albums? 27? They're not at 30 yet. And last year in October, they released 3 of them. They're mad lads. Incredibly prolific. They've only been releasing albums since like 2011, so yeah. That's not counting all the live stuff. Their early stuff is very garage rock. Someone made a deal with the Fae. There was an interview where Stu said that his wife made him take a break from music, like for a month, and not write anything. He said that he did like so many Sudoku puzzles just because he had to get the creative energy and whatnot just out somehow. It's my sanctuary. It is really cute when they do tours. His wife and kid come along as well, and so you can see um on her Instagram pictures of the family exploring different areas in the world. It's very cute. Yeah, it's not uncommon to see their family members in media around different tours. Joey's girlfriend, who is also Ambrose's sister, was at Red Rocks and got called up on stage a couple times. Their drummer is dating the drummer of a different band who opened for them on a tour. Wholesome boys, apart from the all the drugs. Don't worry about that part. Wholesome boys. They're psych rock. One cannot possibly be surprised. Magenta Mountain. Magenta Mountain. When post COVID, apparently this was the case for a lot of shows. Hits were getting very violent, and pit etiquette was kind of out the window. Um, I think in part because there are a lot of like kids who got old enough to go to shows on their own, but didn't have like formative mentorship of concert and pit etiquette. But they actually put like out a statement on social media and put the pre-show, because they bring along an artist friend of theirs who does their visuals and they project it onto a screen. But their pre-show thing was about how basically don't be an asshole, but they do take that very seriously. They played at Bonnaroo, and apparently they got word that there was sort of a crush concern at the front of the stage. And Stu stopped the show and told everyone to just take a couple steps back. And is everyone doing okay? If you're not, tell the person next to you, because pretty sure everyone's pretty cool. Good for ya. Oxygen is good for ya. Good for ya. Oxygen is good for ya. Kepler 22b, telescope pointing back at me. Kepler 22b, telescope pointing back at me. Kepler 22b, telescope pointing back at me. Good for ya. Oxygen is good for you. Good for you. There's definitely been some people that have said that King Giz is this generation's Grateful Dead, and there's definitely some parallels there. Oxygen is good for you. Like, that's a band I never personally really got into, but as far as, like, touring and fan culture and all that sort of stuff, there's definitely some parallels. Now we take a severe shift in gears tonally here in genre. I feel like this track, and I think Predator X is after this one, check out Infest the Rat's Nest. That's their classic thrash metal album. And also where some of the hits started getting a little worse after that album came out. I was never a pit goer, ever. I am no God. I am nobody. I am no one. I am God. I am you. I am me. I am Gaia. If you hear rat lately, your brain just goes rat, 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 rat. I think I'm missing a reference to something. Mine goes to ghost rats. Sure, if it is a reference, it's just what your brain does. Nice. That's fun. Gaia lives well, others die. I am you too. I am you too. I am the birds. I am wind. Right. I am Gaia. Oh, come on. There we go. Fixed. Red misbehaving. Actually, the white behaved decently today. I'm surprised. Given all the trouble we had with it last week. No one sees. Not pictured because I only have the one camera, me headbanging as I stitch. I assure you I am. Oh, it's nice having you drop by. I appreciate it. Have a great day. I hope you enjoy the wealth of shenanigans that his king is. All right, again, we're getting near the end of the piece of thread. Let's anchor it and grab a new one. Don't know. Thought of water. The ducks went under sea. Salt of water, the ducks went under seas. Double standards apply only to me. Yes, I agree. Looks like we're definitely going to finish off this section today, which is awesome. If I finish this section before our normal stop time, I'll probably end there, because that'll be a really natural endpoint. But that, at this point, would not be a very early stop. So I think it's actually going to work out pretty well. Got about half hour yet. 40 minutes. Should go pretty quick because it's just this filling in this one color. This is one I was talking about where it's Ambrose rapping and got his mother or his grandmother to do some vocals for it. It's very silly and very Beastie Boys. Apparently he played the finished track for her and she was not impressed. Don't mind me, just vibing well with Stitch. It's real easy to just get into a groove with single color filling in. Alright, let's anchor this, grab another piece. Making progress. I see information around me. Let no tracks that I see. Down those land, the Navy screens and they do this. In your essays, a good condition and ages. Let's see your video, you. Not to video, count 32. Socks. I'm down the box. Just like the evil All right, here we go. Starting up another row. Well, column. I'm gonna have to reseat this before I do that far column anyway, because I'm gonna have a hard time getting on the very edge of the frame. Can never keep those straight anyway. When I get home. Into new socks. We got a box. Do you wanna be just like the evil last man? Murdoch. Newspaper, failed to said that I see misinformation around me. If the right that I read, it's on the TV screen, so they could just as clear as day. So definition images. That's something. Better than decent in an age. That's a song. Probably read it before it was done. Probably is my phone. I'll change the locks when I get home. Even last man, Murdoch, Hey, that was the last full column of this section. A couple of shorter ones, and then a few stitches. 3 columns left. We're so close. Woo! Sad there was not an accompanying stew going woo. Because statistically, those are pretty frequent. It's kind of his default. Kind of like how James Hetfield does a lot of yas on Metallica tracks. Stu does a lot of woos and yup. I love this song. This is just a Cookie song. Feel like this, go listen to Pie Pie. That's a solo project. It's great. This is the place for you. Here in the garden we're safe for now. Behind the tree, the garden goblin's looking at me, at me, at me. What's that expression upon his face? Doesn't it look like contempt? Doesn't he want the guy that didn't grow like me? And you. What's nice, I want nerds around from band. Garden was never his house. Does he want the garden grow like me and you? I don't want to let down. Doesn't he be friendly like the gnome? What does he have in space? Does he want to let the garden grow like me and you? This the place for you. Here in the garden we're safe for now. Behind the tree, the garden goblin's looking at me, at me, at me. There we go. Let's anchor our last piece here. There we go. Yeah, we finished our page. We just have a couple partial pages for the column on the end here left to do. Woo, hype! I do like how much this square subdivided itself nicely. Like having the little sections that are pretty self-contained and easy to kind of fill in. Let's see. Look how tidy it is when it's just the one color that I'm doing rows of. Nice and tidy. Don't worry about like around here or up here. Significantly less tidy. Let's go back to here. Yeah, look how nice that is. The front looks nice, that's the important part. And the stitches are secure and not going anywhere. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it for the day, get some lunch, get ready for work, and then we'll start up in the corner fresh next week. And then tomorrow we're gonna have Slice and Dice. And Thursday will be more Subnautica. Hopefully we won't break the game this time. No promises. But thank you so much for hanging out this morning. I hope you had a nice chill time, jamming some tunes. Take care, have a great day. We'll see you again. Bye!